Take a farmer.
A photographer.
And a teenage girl.
Buy a bus.
Add a dog.
And let the adventure begin.
Good morning and welcome to season 2 of O'Neill's On the Run Life in a Bus. Just about forgot what we were called there. Episode 1, and we are finally hitting the road. Last season we covered everything, setting up and getting ready for hitting the road. I've got Tom.
Hello.
And Ali with me today. And we're hitting the road today in today's episode.
Well, we're not actually hitting the road today.
Well, 26th of February 2023, we're hitting the road. We're covering hitting the road. So, where were we up to?
Well, we did drive out the front gate and went to Austin Tourist Park.
Well, before that, we had a bus warming party.
Yeah, that's right.
We had, through the build, we had a lot of people interested in what we were doing and why we were doing it, and sort of following along and very emotionally invested in over social media. So we invited a lot of those people to come out, and we had a barbecue, and everyone got to check out the inside of our bus.
Yep.
It was a nice day.
Yeah, good turnout.
Good, lovely. Nice friendly day with peeps. We had a bus warming, and then on the 26th of Feb 2023, we drove over our front grid. We left our home of 7.5 years, cattle property just south of Tamworth, and it was home. It felt like home.
Yeah.
Off we went. Set off on our big adventure. I think we were all pretty nervous but ready. Ali maybe not ready.
No.
Ali was a little bit resistant at the start. She knew it was happening.
Well, you kind of said, gonna wait until Ali finishes high school, and then it's like, no, Thomas is sick of work, so we're just gonna do it now. Not very pleasant.
That's fine. Would you like to go back to Corinne?
Sure.
Yeah, you can't do your subjects anyway.
No.
So 26th of Feb, just gone over our year now on the road, but we drove out over the front grid of our farm, left farming and country life behind, and we drove the whole 20-odd kilometres into town to Austin Tourist Park, where I'd been working on reception for a little while. And that was a little bit of a safety net, I guess, to sort of test out busing and living in the bus a little bit. And Tom had a couple of days' work to finish off. So we lived in the bus at the caravan park, and Tom finished off his last couple of days, which just gave me a chance to deep clean the house we'd moved out of and all that stuff as well without living in there.
Yeah.
Get Ali consigned to the fact we're going.
Yep.
Yeah. So when we moved to Austin Tourist Park, we had a bit of a conversation about all the things that we should have done in Tamworth, all the touristy things. And I worked at reception on a caravan park, so I used to recommend these things every day, and we really hadn't done most of them. So we hopped on our mountain bikes and we took ourselves on a little touristy tour of Tamworth on a very hot day.
Not the brightest idea. Oh, it was hot.
It was February in Tamworth. It was hot.
Right, we had to use the bike sooner or later.
We christened them straight out the get-go. So, we
Is that just a quick question for Alexandra? Is that the last time you've used your bike?
No, I used it fairly regularly when we were at Cessnock to go down to Aldi.
Yeah, and she used it at Palm Cove in camp.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's used it again. And
Twice more.
And we had
5 times.
when she ran up my ass in Belmont. And
Well, I'm sorry that you couldn't control the dog.
and we had the biggest family argument.
That was a good blow up.
That was a great blow up, but we'll cover
Candace
that
is still in the wrong.
Correct.
You were at the front. You didn't even see what happened. So back on track, because we'll get to that story in the next couple of episodes. We took ourselves on a tourist trip of our hometown, which I think people should do, because your own hometown, you don't tend to explore your backyard very much.
No, that's right. We should have rode to the lookout.
We'd already been to the lookout, and we'd already climbed Flagstaff Hill.
On Christmas, by the way.
On Christmas Day, all Tom wanted to do was to climb Flagstaff Hill, which is a rather steep climb, again, on a hot day.
Were we the only ones there?
Were we? No. No,
Well, no, there was more mentally insane people. We were just forced along.
Yeah, so things we did, hopped on the push bikes, drove down Armadale Road, or rode our bikes down Armadale Road, about 2.5 k's from Austin Tourist Park, and we pulled into the Powerhouse Motorbike Museum.
Yeah, which is all right. A lot of old bikes, all sort of put in categories. I think they're all a private collection.
I think it's the biggest private collection in Australia.
Definitely worth the look. I can't rattle off the bikes that were there, but
lots of historic bikes, and from the 50s onwards. I think
right through the 70s and 80s. Yeah, through to the moderns. I think there's an electric bike there and a wood bike.
And a bike made out of wood. Yeah, so it was definitely worth, especially if you're interested in motors and motorbikes and things. I just like looking at the pretty motorbikes. Tom is a bit more interested. I don't think it really tickled Ali's fancy.
It was interesting, but it's not like, oh my god, this is so amazing.
I don't think Ali gets, oh my god, this is so amazing about anything.
I do actually. Food.
Food. Yeah. And then, I think it was well worth the entry. We paid $16 for us to all get in, family pass to the Motorbike Museum. I think we got $16 out of it. It's ran by volunteers. Yeah. They're very knowledgeable too. They knew all about all the bikes.
Yeah, you could definitely see your ear off that bike.
In a good way. Yeah. And then we rode up the Hill of Death.
Yeah, it wasn't that steep.
You're delusional and you could walk.
It was up Brisbane Street.
To
the top of the hill there, just before the
on a hot day.
And it was about 2.5 k's, and Ali and I did both get off and push our bikes. My
bike wasn't exactly in the best. I had it on too high of a resistance thingy-ma-wiggy.
So, and up at the top of the hill there, we went and saw West Wall Art Gallery, which I really enjoyed because I'm an art person. Tom's not an art person. He probably looked at the art on the walls with the same interest as I'd looked at motorbikes previously. It's free entry, and I enjoyed the art. And up there in the same building is the Devon Cacao Chocolate Factory, and we bought some chocolate up there.
Yeah, had a coffee and some morning tea.
Coffee and morning tea. So I think it's well worth the drive or ride. Maybe not ride again, but maybe a drive.
But think about the way back when we went down the bottom. You didn't touch your pedals once.
Well, that's it. Then we coasted all the way back to the main street, and I think I hit the brakes more than I used the pedals because it was all downhill.
It was that was the most enjoyable part of the day, the near-death experience.
Of riding down a steep hill.
Yep.
Yeah, we didn't run anyone over, and we didn't get run over.
I nearly hit a metal pole, in case you forgot.
I probably forgot.
Yeah.
And then, so we went down the hill, and we went to the Power Station Museum. Tamworth was the first town in Australia or New South Wales to get electric street lights. And they have quite a comprehensive museum there of everything electric.
Yeah, everything electric.
From the steam-powered engines that drove the initial town, right, everything.
Yeah, and everything 240 volt, I reckon.
Everything 240 volt that's ever come out, I think they've got a copy of it there. Old and new, current and 50s, and every fridges and vacuums and radios and... a little bit about current, like a little setup there where you could play with current and stuff and test things and hand turbines and so much stuff in there. Tom wandered off and left me with the guide there.
So did I.
And I got stuck there for quite a while listening to a very informative guide. He was very informative and very thorough with his display of the collection. And I learned a lot, but I was there for a very long time.
Do you remember any of it?
Not really. I probably do, but we looked at a lot of things.
Yeah.
And what was that?
And it's all volunteer run.
It's volunteer run, and it was just $5 a person donation-ish kind of gold coin.
Cash only.
Cash only, to get in.
It's definitely worth a look, but...
Yeah, there's a lot in there. There is a lot in there. And on some days I know they fire up the steam engines and they actually use them to power things, like have demonstration days. And I haven't been to one of those, but people tell me they're pretty good. Again, when you work in a reception at a caravan park, you recommend a lot of things to people without actually going there yourself. And then we rode our bikes back to Austin Tourist Park.
Yeah.
And probably took the dog for a swim in the river.
Yeah.
So Austin Tourist Park's on the Peel River. It is nice and quiet and just grassy and shady under the trees.
Looks unassuming at the front, but like 5 acres, riverside, like good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't look like there's much there at the front when you turn off the road, but it's nice and quiet down the back. Shout out to Alison, Frank, Lynette, and Ainsley, Bill and Craig, and all the housekeeping team at Austin. And then, so after that, next day, Tom had to go to work, finished last day at work, broke his phone.
Yeah.
Had a bad day, didn't you? You wrecked your truck. What'd you do? You ripped something off the truck?
No, that was the week before, I think. The week before I ripped the effluent tank off it.
Yeah, and went overweight at the weigh bridge.
Yeah, this one I did. I was taking carton wieners back from a place down near Denman.
Yeah. Broke his phone. Gives me a hard time about breaking my phones. Mate,
you broke 2 in a week last week.
Yeah. No, I just had my phone in my back pocket, tried to jump over a cattle rail to get out of the road or something, trying to eat me, and rolled it over the cattle rail.
Smashed into 1,000 pieces.
Yeah.
So that was Tom's last day, and then he decided we'd go out for farewell drinks with his morning walk and gym crew.
Yeah.
And we went out the Welder's Dog for trivia night.
Yeah, which was good.
We had a blast that night.
I don't enjoy their beer, but some people might.
Yeah, no, we
found out Dad drank spicy margaritas.
No, I had 2 beers to start with, and neither of them were pleasant.
And then we had several spicy margaritas.
Yeah, which were all right.
Yeah.
Well, so don't go to a brewery to drink their beer.
Yeah, a boutique brewery. But trivia night was fun, and we had a really good night. I think we were, even though we'd had several drinkies, we were probably some of the soberest of your crew, the teenager laughs.
Yeah.
She ditched and went home because we were getting rowdy.
Well, I went home, and then there was the dog off anyway, so it's probably best that I went home.
Yeah, so we had a bit of a rowdy night, but we definitely weren't the worst of the crew.
No, I don't think so. I still reckon some of them haven't drunk.
Drunk since you reckon we cured them. But yeah, Welder's Dog, great trivia night, great little sneaky bar at the back of Peel Street there.
Yeah, since been to a couple other trivia nights, not bad nights if you want to go to something.
Yeah, good entertainment.
Go with some friends.
Work colleagues or whatever, put in table. Good night to do while you're travelling around. So I guess while we're from Tamworth, we should probably give some people some recommendations about Tamworth.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have expensive taste, but like Gunnagunno Station is very good. Pricey, but very good. So
the food, modern Australian, locally produced.
Yeah, really good. CH on Peel's probably one of the best restaurants in Tamworth, constantly turning out really good food. Again, much more pricier. Sonny's Bakery is amazing. Best tarts in Tamworth. Best tarts, I think, we've had in like all of the New England area. Pretty damn good and fresh.
And Tamworth is a country town, and people are like, oh, it's just country little bumpkin town. Tamworth has exceptional food. I mean, we are the home of fast food and the fattest suburb in Australia, probably for a reason, because there is some good eats apart from the 4 McDonald's in Tamworth.
What is it? 4 McDonald's, 2 KFCs,
2 Red
Roosters, Hungry Jacks,
a Porto.
Taco Bell couldn't even compete. That to shut down.
Guzman and Gomez is there now, though. Couple of Dominoes, 3 Dominoes.
3 Dominoes.
But apart from all the fast food, there is great, really good burgers like Williamsburg.
And Burger Bulls, which is
Bulls, American barbecue.
Yeah, Burger Bulls are the best of them.
Burger Bulls is very good.
And they originally started as a fast food truck, and they turn out amazing fast food. Mm-hmm. The food truck at the market's the Korean barbecue one with the wing.
What's it called, Mr. Chicken?
Yes.
Mr. Chicken, I think. Korean barbecue is always fabulous. Miss Juju, some of the best Vietnamese food outside of Vietnam.
Yeah, and as 2 people have gone to Vietnam, it's pretty damn authentic. It tastes good.
It's authentic. So I mean, Tamworth has good eats. We have really good coffee culture there.
Yeah, there's a few good coffee shops. Sunny's is all right, and Campgrounds is all right. I don't get much on a lot of the rest of it.
Tom's a bit of a coffee snob. You'll learn that. It comes along. He's pretty hard to please on the coffee.
Coffee's got to taste like coffee. Like hot milk.
Like what? Drinking bitter ground?
Yeah, like coffee today. I didn't really love it, but Tom loves it. So good food in Tamworth. And apart from Country Music Festival, which I call the hillbilly apocalypse, and I always used to try to avoid for 10 days in January. Always things on in Tamworth. There's always rodeo and NRL and sports and race days, and there's always lots to do in Tamworth. There's always something happening around the place, lots of gigs and stuff. So even though it's a country town, it does have a lot to offer for, I think.
They seem to have a lot of sporting events too, like with the hockey, have a lot of
basketball,
And then there's the ALAC, which is an international grade.
Horse sports facility. That's
there's always something going on.
Yeah. So Tamworth's one of those places, and I reckon it's a hub. So you base at Tamworth, and then you would explore like Gunnedah, Barraba, Uralla, Nundle.
Yeah.
Tamworth's a hub.
Yeah.
And it's a good place. I enjoyed our 7.5 years there.
It was nice. A little bit boring after a while, but it was nice.
I think everywhere's boring after a while.
Yeah.
You settle in.
Yeah, that's right. We always used to live a couple of hours from Tamworth, so we used to go there a bit to do your big shopping.
And you're doing cricket and...
Yeah, and then you find out people that live in Tamworth go and do their shopping in Newcastle.
Yeah, so we filled in our last few days in Tamworth at the Austin Tourist Park, doing all the things tourists should do. And on the 2nd of March, we left Austin Tourist Park and we headed down through the Hunter. Yep. That was the goal. And we first stop was Wallabadah at the First Fleet Garden. Yep. Now, Wallabadah at the First Fleet Garden has free camping along the river, which looks exceptional. We've never stayed there, but we've always driven past, and always the amenities.
I work with a fellow that stayed there. We just walked up to the Malcolm Marshall or the Marshall pub and had dinner.
And it's the amenities when we stop there going through are always clean.
Yeah.
And the river's always nice and tidy. I know someone got washed away there in the flood, so probably, be weather-wise when you camp right on the river. Someone's been...
And it's just a donation, I think.
Yeah, donation camp. And the First Fleet Gardens themselves are very interesting.
Yeah.
So there's... all the shade sails are shaped to look like, a fleet of ships. And then there's little stone monuments right around the park, and it's all gardened and things. It's lovely, and it's got all the names of the ships and the people who came to Australia on the First and Second Fleet on this. So it's quite interesting to walk around and look for names of your ancestors and things. And Wallabadah is just a sleepy little village on the New England, but it is
That's right. And it's not a bad little shop.
Up there.
Yeah, I forget what they call it.
The hub,
post office. Yeah, the hub. Yeah, nice coffee, and then
great bacon and egg rolls.
Yeah, they do rolls and a few pastries and that sort of stuff. It's not a bad little spot.
Yeah, and the pub. Get a beer there on the way home from cricket.
Yeah, that's it. I'd recommend that. It's a nice little shop if you're going through there early in the morning. Grab a coffee and one of their pastries.
Rolls, And then from Wallabadah, our next stop was
the Weybridge.
Is it Weybridge before Willow Tree or after?
No, it's after.
Did we stop at Willow Tree?
No, we went through, but you can talk about it.
We nearly always stop at Willow Tree. That's why I assumed we stopped there. There's a little place. What is that cafe called?
The Pantry.
The Pantry. And we always stop at Willow Tree for the Pantry because it has good coffee.
Yeah.
And smoothies.
Mm.
And pastries.
Yeah. And they've got this little market with mostly locally sourced produce, and it's really cool. There's the local fruits and good pasta and
honey and distillery gin, Dobson Distillery gin, and lots of local produce and stuff in there.
Yeah. I remember trying to stop at the pub there for lunch one day,
and we couldn't get a table.
Couldn't get in. Yeah.
The Greys at Willow Tree is quite a famous gastro pub in the area. People take bus trips to go there for day trips. And we tried to get in and we just couldn't. So I think it's one of those things to book ahead. I can't recommend it because I've never actually got the pleasure of eating there.
No. And then the butcher shops opened up. I think Willow Tree's sort of making itself like not a destination town, but a town that people come to and stop. And like people from Newcastle you talk to, they actually, if they're going through, they'll stop at Willow Tree to get their coffee and that sort of stuff.
Yeah. And it is a nice little vibe. It's setting itself up to be that little boutiques and cafes and little art stalls.
Yeah, it's like what Murrundi was trying to do, but Willow Tree's done it better.
Yeah,
especially when you go, and there is camping around the back near the
old silo.
Yeah, but bowling club, I think it is bowling club.
And there's also down on the showgrounds behind the railway.
Yeah,
That's what we're talking about.
Bowling ground?
Yeah, at the bowling club, I'm pretty sure that it's on Wiki Camps. I've
Yeah.
never stopped there, but you
It's
see a lot
often,
of it. Yeah.
often people there. And I imagine Willow Tree would be a very safe little community.
Yeah, especially tucked away over the side there.
Yeah. And then from there we went on to Murrundi.
You missed the weighbridge again.
Oh, we missed the weighbridge at Willow Tree. We went over the weighbridge for the very first day out of the bus. We had to go over the weighbridge at Willow Tree.
That was an event because no one can control the dog. I lost my computer down my lap while I was trying to do schoolwork and it smashed. I'm like, no one can control the dog. Even this guy's like, oh my god, ha ha ha, meow meow.
And that was a very dramatic reenactment with hands and everything here for those who watch the video later so you can see the whole thing. So I was following along in our little Golf and Tom and Ali were in the bus. They had to go in the weighbridge and the dog tried to jump out the door and the laptop broke on the very first day of bus life, and I imagine there was tense words between father and daughter.
Right, it was taking its seatbelt off to pick it up as we're going over a weighbridge.
And I was luckily out of that conversation because I just parked on the road and waited for them to come out. But you're all good, obviously. I can't remember what we weighed.
A bit over 13 tonne.
13 tonne with the trailer, with the motorbike trailer on. And it was all good, and we got to go through our weighbridge, so we got that out of the way very early. Got that one important check done. And then we went to Murrurundi. Can I go to Murrurundi?
Yeah, you can go to Murrurundi. You have permission.
And we decided to stop at the Murrurundi Hotel.
It's not the Murrurundi, it's the Royal.
The Royal Hotel Murrurundi. And they have a free pub camp at the back.
Yeah.
It's just like a gravel lot with some trees planted around the edge. Yeah. We fit it in.
Yeah.
And the only fee is that you have dinner there.
Yeah, they just ask that you support the pub.
Yeah, brand new shower and toilet complex.
Brand spanking new and lovely hot showers, pet friendly.
Yeah.
Me and me stayed there. And we went up and we had lunch there. I think it was just fish and chips or something similar.
Yeah, it was something.
And played some pool, I think. And
darts.
Played darts. Just hung out up the pub for the afternoon. It was pretty hot, I remember. But so that was our first night, and we were off grid. So it's unpowered, free camping there at the pub. And they're great people there. We enjoyed our stay.
Yeah, I highly recommend stopping.
Yeah, if you're looking for a one-nighter.
Well, I think you can stay a couple of nights, but there's not a lot to do on Murrurundi. But if you play golf or something, I've had a mate that's played the golf course up there, said it's great.
Yeah, and we done the Eye of the Needle hike.
Yep, which is up past the golf course.
And it's a hidden gem.
It is.
We drive through Murrurundi like every week for years, and never even knew it was there. How do you find it? On All Trails?
All Trails. Yeah.
All Trails. Tom uses the All Trails app. He loves walking, so he finds lots of things for us to do on All Trails. Self-torture.
It was definitely worth the walk up there.
It was a beautiful walk. It is steep and it is very narrow in one spot, hence Eye of the Needle, because you feel like you're threading the needle when you climb up between the boulders. Yeah. But it is. Oh yeah, I thought it was a cracking walk.
Yeah, beautiful view back over Murrurundi once you walk to the top. Yeah, and then easy route down.
And I'll put some photos up that I took while we're up there. Yeah. So you climb up through these steep boulders and you sort of come out on a big rocky outcrop that overlooks the valley, and then you wind your way across like
you sort of follow a fence line along, and then you go back out and you look over Murrurundi. Yeah. And then you work your way back down.
Like an escarpment and then down into the park.
And I'm pretty sure it was a national park. It was
just a state forest.
Yeah, so we took the dog with us.
Yeah, we took the dog, and you could probably do some sneaky stealth camping down there. I don't think anyone would whinge. No,
it'd be, if they're going to do free camping, that'd be a beautiful spot for Murrurundi to do free camping.
So you just follow the signs.
I think the toilets were shut, weren't they? I don't think the toilets were open.
But we were sort of at the end of COVID too, when there was lots of crazy lockdown things. Like, still lots of rules when we left about all that sort of stuff. And then, so we spent our first night at Murrurundi, and in the morning before we headed off, we just had a walk around town, and we ended up down at Life for Pie. Yeah. Good pies there. Easy pull off too, like if you're travelling through, there's big parking.
Just there past,
Just past there.
It's by the information centre, isn't it? So it's like designed for trucks to pull in like right there.
The information centre's up further, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have had coffee there too, I think.
Yeah. There used to be a coffee van at, what is it, the Murrundi Co-op?
Yeah.
Used to be a coffee van there. I haven't seen it there for ages. It was the best coffee in town.
There you go. But yeah, life pie's worth a stop for a good pie.
Yep, coffee's not much chop.
According to Tom, I thought it wasn't bad.
You could have gone to BP next door and got a one that you would have enjoyed.
$1 for 1 litre kind of coffee. That's not really our thing. Yeah, and that was our first sort of 24 hours on the road. We done a whole 94 kilometres, and we stayed at a free camp, and we done free activities. So I think apart from some coffee and cake and stuff, we had a pretty cheap.
That's right.
Cheap run.
That was the best walk on the way down. We'll talk about the next one next time.
Yeah.
Was not worth going to.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. We'll talk about that one next week. So, and do anyone remember how you felt on the first night?
Like I was going to stab the pair of you. How dare you take my life away from me?
You're really that resentful?
No.
No, you're just being dramatic right now.
Yes.
A little bit resentful.
A little bit resentful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? Thank Christ for finally going.
Yeah. Didn't have to go to work.
Didn't have to go to work. Woo! Yeah, I think I was in holiday mode. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, then we're going on a family adventure holiday. Yeah. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
But we were off grid also, everything worked a treat.
Yeah.
It was hot. I remember it being hot still. And yeah, I think that was that. And of course we had Mimi, Mumbles, the blue healer with us, and she sleeps in the bus at night, and she spends most of the day out. She's got like a steel cable tied to the bull bar that
she's broken 3 times.
Well, we've gone heavy duty now, so it slows it down a bit. But she's quite happy out during the day. She sleeps under the bus, and she likes to keep an eye on everything for us. So that's her travelling arrangements. We had a dog bed for her at that stage. Actually, we had a nice fluffy one when we first left. We've had a few reincarnations of the dog's bed.
And it travels on my bed, which is right behind Dad's seats, normally with her paws up on Dad's shoulders.
I'm sure I've got a photo of that somewhere.
I think I have a photo that I sent you.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I think that's us for this first episode of season 2. Next week we'll continue our trip down the Hunter. We'll do a few more little spots. I do have a motivational for today. I didn't say it at the start like I usually do, but I'll remember to do it before we finished. And that's, of all the paths you take in life, make sure a few of them are dirt. All the good things are down dirt roads. What are you laughing at? Tom's just thought of something dirty. Yeah, I can tell by his face.
People get it, they get it.
You're a dirty bastard. No one has a joke. No one has a
I just said it.
Yeah, sure. Tom just had it. The teenager looks mortified. Yeah. So next week, join us again while we head down the Hunter. Anyone else got anything to say before we wrap this up?
No.
Do you have anything else to add now? You dirty-minded bastard.
Dirt roads are always fun.
Oh, dear Lord. Okay. On that note, catch us next week. Make sure you follow us on all the social media channels at O'Neill's on the Run, and tune in regularly to come along with us on this crazy adventure.